saw him. But he lied to me that he was such a close friend. I was so mad. And then I did a big thing in the Daily Mail saying that I believed Andrew. And then I found out he was lying. I was so pissed. No, that he was f***ing underage girls.
Last night, James O'Keefe published one of his largest and most impactful exposés yet. It's a video of a royal family advisor outright stating that Prince Andrew, let's just say we'll keep it light, was involved with underage girls, if you know what that means. And this is the confirmation from the inner circle that we were waiting for. Now, speculation, of course, because we've seen the photo with Prince Andrew and Virginia Giuffre. We assumed this to be the case. And I think that's reasonable to conclude it is true. But now we have a direct statement, which is massive. On top of this, Pam Bondi is now revealing the existence of over 10,000 videos of Epstein and underage victims he was abusing, which means, to a great degree, the Democrats over the past several years covered this up. They were in power. The FBI had these documents. Why didn't they expose them? Now, to be fair, we've not seen any of this evidence come out from the Republicans either. So I'll take it with a grain of salt. But that being said, we're only just now learning of the existence of these videos under the Trump administration. Now, to be fair, why didn't Trump say anything in 2017, 18, 19, 20? Well, it's possible, and I think it's a fair assessment. Not many of us were actually thinking about this until the expose by the Miami Herald and largely Mike Cernovich and his work, which began the whole process. James O'Keefe then got undercover footage. It was actually video that was recorded at ABC. A whistleblower came forward and said, here is one of our top journalists revealing she had Epstein. She had the proof, and ABC buried it. So who is burying this story now? We're all waiting for Pam Bondi to give us anything. And so far, words. But again, I do think it is massive that Pam Bondi has even revealed the existence of these videos. That's more than we got during the Democratic establishment administration. And many people are saying, well, look, I'll give the DOJ under Trump this right now. They don't want to reveal any information of victims. And that makes it very difficult to release anything. But I'm going to tell you right now, Pam Bondi, Cash, Dan, whoever, they can put on a little bit. I don't see why that wouldn't be the case. I will accept that I don't know the full scope of what's going on behind the scenes. And I do trust Cash and Dan. I really do. And I hope you guys do too. I'm going to say it. I said it before. Dan Bongino ain't walking away from the biggest live stream in the country, tens of millions of dollars per year, to take a public sector job for, what, $150K so that he can fail and do nothing. This ain't no retirement for Dan Bongino. No, I believe he is going to get the job done, or at least he is working as hard as he can to do so. So I'm going to give them every benefit of the doubt. But still, I have questions. Now, we played for you in the beginning a little bit of this clip. I'll play it for you again here so you can, once again, you can see it for yourselves. This is the YouTube clip.
250 days in the sea. He never saw his kid. I was really pissed because he lied to me. Epstein. And then I did a big thing in the Daily Mail saying that I believed Andrew. And then I found out he was lying. I was so pissed. No, that he was f***ing underage girls. That's not cool.
John, how did he find out is the question. Now, I'm here to be reasonable. I'll try to entertain every possibility. Maybe what he's saying is that he learned in the press, same as the rest of us, and he assumes it to be true. Maybe. I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to go ahead and assume, all the same, that he's in the inner circle. They stripped Andrew of his titles and associations with the royal family. They claimed he had a sweating disorder. No, he was caught. He was caught and everybody knew. And inside this British royal family advisor, they told him. And they said, yeah, no, he did it. I believe that. But really, it's going to come down to what you think is the most reasonable thing. And I see no reason, based on any of the evidence, to give these people the benefit of the doubt. I will say that those who forget their past are doomed to repeat it. And so we've seen the lies from the establishment over and over and over again. When a guy comes out candidly saying he was doing it, he probably knows something we don't. Amazing work from James O'Keefe. I will also add, as an aside, Project Veritas behind James, next to O'Keefe Media Group. Wonder what's going on there. But what else can we expect? Bondi, it's from Newsweek. Tens of thousands of videos of Epstein with children. This is what we need answers for. Now, James O'Keefe, he's an outsider, right? He is not within the system, and he is exposing what he can, and he's doing a tremendous job. But inside, Pam Bondi, Cash and Dan are supposed to be getting us this information. Attorney General Pam Bondi said the FBI is reviewing tens of thousands of videos of Jeffrey Epstein with children or child porn. And there were hundreds of victims as she addressed concerns about the delay to the full release of the case files. The FBI is diligently going through that, Bondi told reporters on Wednesday morning, and the volume of evidence explained why more files had not been released so far. I want you to consider this for a quick second. Democrats had this, told us nothing, and released nothing. Why? Now, some people are saying, well, it's because Ghislaine Maxwell is appealing. She's appealing, so, they can't release this. BS. 100% BS. Ghislaine Maxwell's case is not tied to literally every single thing related to the Epstein case. Largely overlapping, we get that. But the Biden administration could have absolutely come out, same as Pam Bondi, and said, we have a tremendous mass of evidence against Epstein. We can't release it for these reasons. We will be doing our best to get to the public. And we would have been like, whoa, I'll see it when I believe it. Same as with Pam Bondi. But they said nothing. They did not want us to know. And when Pam Bondi stumbled into that mess where she's unhandy saying, I got the documents, she says they sent a letter. They instructed, she, as the AG, instructed the New York field office for the FBI to turn over Epstein evidence. And they lied. They covered it up until a whistleblower inside came and said they've got a bunch of information being withheld from the AG. She writes this letter to Kash Patel saying, get it done. My friends, the deep state is very real, and it is not going away. Call it whatever you want. But I will tell you this right now, Pam Bondi, the AG, is currently battling her own FBI. Kash Patel may be in charge, but there are rogue elements in these institutions. The fact that, look, it is already crazy enough that Pam Bondi had to release that letter that said, Kash, get it done, because her orders weren't doing it. Think about what that means. Pam Bondi, the AG, says, I want these documents. You got it. They say, you got it. They don't give them to her. So her orders are falling on deaf ears. By releasing this letter publicly, or giving it to influencers who then release it publicly, instructing Kash to do this, what could be done at that point? It was in the public space. But this means that Kash, Dan, and Pam are up against rogue actors in the federal government. And you know what? They're probably in on it with Epstein. They were probably to some degree in on it. Now, there's a lot of conspiracy theories. We don't know exactly how this went down or what was going on. Some speculate that he was working for Mossad. Don't know. Some have said that his dad was. That means he likely was. Perhaps. I mean, here's the game plan, right? You've all heard it. Epstein gets these videos from these powerful people like Prince Andrew and puts them under his thumb. And he says, I got video of you with underage girls. We will end your life unless you do as you're told. There's two versions of the conspiracy. One is that he would trick guys into hooking up with underage girls by claiming they were 18, 19, 20. The other is that these guys were willfully enjoying it. Perhaps both, really. Prince Andrew, come on. He's hanging out with a 17-year-old and he doesn't know. Either way, an older guy like that with girls that young, come on. So, we'll see, I suppose. They say Epstein is a disgraced pedophile financier, as we know. The full extent of his offending is still not publicly known, including whether it had any further accomplices than his jailed associate Ghislaine Maxwell, and the incoming Trump administration pledged full transparency on the Epstein files. House Oversight Committee Chair James Comer said he feared the key Epstein documents would have been shredded before Trump took office. The president ordered them released. The attorney general ordered them released. We all know they have not been released, Comer told The Benny Show. Comer is part of the House Oversight Task Force on the declassification of federal secrets led by Republican Rep. Anna Paulina Luna of Florida, who is working on the Epstein files. So where is it? I'd like answers. Give us something, anything. I mean, I'll tell you, saying there's 10,000 videos, good start. But we need something tangible. Give us a single piece of paper. Prove the documents are real. They say the Epstein story took a tragic turn in April when Virginia Giuffre died by suicide after years of mental health problems. So they claim. I've not seen any evidence of that, and I'm not going to believe it. So right now, you've got Pam Bondi in the past several months digging through tens of thousands of documents plus videos, and one of the principal witnesses and victims dies. Not 2 years ago, not a year ago, not 3 years ago, just literally now, right in the midst. Some suggested last night to us on Timcast IRL, what if she's in witness protection? Maybe. I don't know. The whole story is weird. She puts out this Instagram post showing her face all bruised up, saying her kidneys are failing and she's going to die. She has 4 days to live. What? Because your renal failure? They can put you on dialysis. You don't just die instantly. Unless, of course, the damage to your body from bruising in a car accident is so severe, you wouldn't survive the surgery or you wouldn't survive the dialysis possible. However, the bus driver that she claims hit her said it was a minor fender bender. It busted the back taillight. That's it. He wasn't going that fast. She said he was. He said she turned in front of him, hit the taillight, and that was it. So what is really going on? That story doesn't make sense. Her saying, I have 4 days to live, I want to see my kids one last time, doesn't make sense. None of it does. I got to tell you, right now there's even some conspiracies and speculation about the actions Trump has taken, the people he's hired. He's hired a new Surgeon General. A lot of people are angry about this. They're saying that someone is in charge and it's not Trump. Perhaps. Perhaps even when Trump wins, you find that there is a deeper, darker system at play. Why would that system ever give up its power? How could it give up its power? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the challenge is, let me give you a conspiracy theory. There is a deep state more powerful than you realize. They cannot stem the tide of the populist uprising. And the only thing you can do is try to placate it. The Trump base was not going away. Channels like mine are not going away. Lies from the corporate press are not working anymore. So how does a cabal maintain power? Give a dog a bone. They say, oh, yeah, we'll let Trump in office. You won. Congratulations. Then they go to Trump's people and they say, you will know suffering you've never known if you defy us. So now they're letting a little pressure release, right? So we feel like we're winning, but in the end, we get nothing. Now, right now, Trump has done quite a bit in gutting USAID and these other institutions. It may be that there actually is a war at play, and the Trump admin is up against the deep state. The deep state is very powerful, but I don't think it's as one-sided as I explained before. I think the Trump admin is actually making some moves, which is making a difference. The question is going to be, will we get accountability for any of this stuff? Why isn't Prince Andrew in a jail cell? With this, the DOJ should be opening investigations. The question about jurisdiction for Andrew was, when was he in the United States? And he was. And what was he doing in the United States? Either way, the U.S. should demand sanctions or something from the UK. They should demand concessions. This guy should be in prison. We want the evidence. We want the trial. We want the rest of them exposed. We'll see how this one plays out, my friends. Shout out to James O'Keefe. Amazing work as always. Follow me on X and Instagram at Timcast, and we'll see you all in the next segment.